you'll never be able to meet this person's expectations because the rules will always change. Go ahead and like, share, remember to comment, and subscribe and or follow. It would be greatly appreciated. Hello, my name is Yushima Cherry Burks. I am an author, a clinical therapist, and CEO of Chatterbox Therapists. Let's talk about a red flag called triangulation, honey. What is triangulation? Triangulation in psychology is the name for a rather heartless form of manipulation in which one person seeks to control a three-person interpersonal situation for their own benefit. It often involves the use of threats or of exclusion or strategies that aim to divide and conquer. If you find yourself in a situation where you've met someone new and all they do is badmouth their partner that they are currently still with, either they live together or they still coexist, right? They still sleep together, they're still doing relationship coupling things, and they can't find anything good to say about that person, they're manipulating you. And I'm pretty sure the other person has no idea that this person is bad mouthing them the way that they are. This can go for a new relationship that you have with someone who's talking about their ex. If the only thing they have to say about their ex is how horrible they are, how crazy they are, and you see a pattern of this in their lives, right? Whenever you talk about somebody, well, what about your mama, your sister? What about your aunties? What about your ex, your kid's mother, your ex-wife? If everybody in his life is crazy, it's only one common denominator, that red flag. Triangulation is real because trust and believe you are next up. When he gets tired of you, or when he meets somebody else, or like they like to call it a new supply, honey, you're next. He's going to be talking crazy about you. So I would be mindful about anyone who only has negative things to say about someone that they spent parts of their life with, someone that they chose, right? When they talk to you, this person is the most horrible person, but they're still posting pictures on Facebook, family pictures. They still going on family vacations. The wife is still having more children. But he can't stand her. She's not doing enough for him. She's not performing like she used to, or she got fat, right? She had too many kids. She don't do it the way you do it. He's gassing you up, or she, okay? I'm not just gonna be sexist here. He or she is gassing you up. So if you find yourself in a situation where you are being compared to someone else, or someone else is being compared to you, if you find yourself in a position where you are given ultimatums about your behavior, well, if you can't accept me doing A, B, C, D, trust and believe such and such can, because the way that she does this is just, it's great. And they may be more subtle with it, right? It may not be something outright, but it's still disrespectful nonetheless, right? It's still very disrespectful because they will say something like, well, you know, I like the way such and such wear their hair. I actually had this happen to me when I was young, honey. I must have been 20. And this is in my book, Picking Up the Pieces to 100 Broken Promises. I'll put it at the end of the video. Available at all major bookstores. Okay, moving on. And so we were in a Sprint store, me and this guy I was dating. And I had cut my hair short. Now, he had been telling me, you know, I love when your hair is short. That's when the Toni Braxton style was out. Y'all don't, the pixie cut, right? I had the pixie cut. It was laid. I always kept my hair laid. That was something, you know, I still do. Hey. Anyway, so My hair was laid, you know. So we go into this Sprint store and we're looking at phones. And so this girl with this big old pretty afro, she was helping us, but her hair was really curly. She had probably a 3A curl pattern. And she was real cute, cute little petite little thing. And so the guy I was dating, who I had been dating for several years, he was living with me and everything, child. He's staring at this chick, right? So he's looking at her real hard. Then he says, I said, okay, do you want her number or something? Because if so, I could just leave and let you, do you. Basically, like you being disrespectful. I ain't mad at you for looking because I looked at the time. Some walked past me. I looked, but we know how to do it. Like women, he was just all googly eyed, right? So he was like, well, I was just trying to see if it was a face up under that hair. What? Oh, okay, you say that in front of me. Disrespectful, right? Trying to create insecurities in me. Our curl patterns were different. My hair was chopped off and permed a way that he always told me he liked it. Now all of a sudden, you're making mention of someone else's hair. This is one of those classic situations of what they would say a narcissistic behavior. At the time, I didn't know names for it. I just knew it was out of order, and I knew I wasn't going to deal with it. I knew I felt disrespected, and I broke up with him. Like, it was a whole lot more that happened with that. He got thrown through a wall by my brother. It's a whole thing. Not because of this, but something else. He was a horrible person. Anyway, I said that to say this. When you start to see these signs where you're being compared to someone else, or something that you're doing is not good enough, something that used to be acceptable, that's a trait that you can't change about yourself, is now talked down on, it's time for you to reevaluate the terms of your relationship. Whether or not you want to stay, have you set healthy boundaries? If you set these boundaries and they continue to cross these boundaries, is this the person that you want to be with? Because you'll never be able to meet this person's expectations, because the rules will always change. The rules are ever changing when someone is triangulating, while you're stuck in a pattern of trying to protect them, trying to protect their image, trying to protect your relationship, and build on something that doesn't exist. The relationship that you see and that you have in your mind is not the relationship that you're actually in, because the person that you want him to be does not exist, or the person that you want her to be. I'm sorry, y'all. This keeps going to him. Sorry. But be mindful of the way people interact with you. Be mindful about the way that people speak about you. And be mindful about the way people speak about others to you. Because if they take a bone, they bring a bone, right? They're talking bad about somebody else to you. Pretty sure that you're the villain in their story when they're telling it to someone else too. Now listen, this is free. Take it or leave it. Chew up what you need. Spit out what you don't, honey. It's free. I'm just saying, you are worthy of being happy, healthy, and whole with a person that's happy, healthy, and whole. Okay? That's it. That's all I got to say. Until next time, honey. That's my hope for you. To be happy, healthy, and whole. Picking Up the Pieces to 100 Broken Promises and the companion workbook to Picking Up the Pieces to 100 Broken Promises can be found in all major bookstores.